Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Tilray. I've talked about them a couple times. This is Tilray, ticker TLRY. I talked about them yesterday, and they got some more information coming out today. So a lot of people watching this one, so just wanted to do another update. And as I'm watching this one closely, this is what it looks like over the last year. So it's been kind of up and down all over the place. Had the run up like everything else back on February 10th, and just been running down ever since then. And don't know if it's actually found the bottom yet or not, but we'll wait and see. Here's a look over the last 3 months, down over 35%. In the last month, down over 18.5%. In the last week, it's been up and down, down over 5.37%, and here in the last day, down 3.79%. I have 16 shares at a zero cost basis. Reason being, these used to be free, and I will link those videos in the description for you to watch. Tilray took over Freya, I believe, is on the medical side. I went into it a little bit on the last video that I made. Like I said, I'll link that in the description. If you don't know much about Tilray, they're in the MJ lifestyle and consumer packaged goods company. They're in a couple different states. Canada, United States, or a couple different places of what I meant to say, Europe, Australia, and Latin America. So kind of all over the place. Been around since 2018, 2.79 million on the volume, and way below on the average, 20.42 million. And a $3.38 billion market cap with a 52-week low of 697 and a high of 67. So one extreme to the next. 70% on hold. And here's a look at their next earnings, available on January 10th. So would that be a week from yesterday, next Monday. Here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing this one as a hold. And article from yesterday. Let's discuss Tilray stock forecast. They have been traded, and its beta is 2.45. Most recently, the company's share price was $7.54, and it changed around 51 cents or 7.27% from the last close, which belongs to the market valuation of the company, or which brings the market value to $3.22 billion. Tilray last check was trading at a discount of its 52-week high of $67, offering almost minus 788.59% off of the amount. Share price's 52-week low was $6.97, which indicates the recent value has risen by an impressive 7.56% since then. Here kind of goes over some ratings. We'll go over more of those here at the end. Tilray stock may have nowhere else to go but up from these levels. That's what I've been saying for a while, but it still keeps going down. So stock has had an eventful 2021. From a price perspective, it has simply been on a prolonged skid. That's one way to put it. So Tilray is a large player in the MJ market. That's why I keep watching it. That's why a lot of people like this one. Keep watching it as well. Question remains about whether the market will take off en masse after a much unfulfilled promise. But if it does, Tilray stock is in the prime position to benefit. Those expectations came in the form of a $4 billion revenue goal by 2024, outlined back in August by the CEO, as he has provided strong expectations to its followers. And so we will see. Hopefully the stock performs in regards to what he is saying it's going to do, but we'll just have to wait and see. Basic premise underlying Tilray's success is ramping up the $4 billion in revenue over the next few years in expansion. Tilray merged with Aphria back in May of 2021. So that's, like I said, how I got my Tilray shares, as through Aphria. In addition, Tilray growing its brand and business in Canada and the United States and Europe. It's an idea, acquisitions, and expansion in order to reach $4 billion mark by 2024, which is not too far off. And so that's well and good, but $4 billion does seem to remain a lofty goal at this point. Investors have to consider the numbers and what it will take in order to reach such a high revenue threshold in a few short years. So we will see what happens. So here's a little bit closer look at Tilray. Good news regarding the revenues was they increased to $168 million, up 43%, which I feel is a lot on a year-over-year basis. Kudos to Tilray. It isn't shying away from a rush toward expansion along the top line. But we have to understand that progress within the context of the larger goal of reaching a $4 billion top line in 2024. The analysts tracking Tilray closely believe it should report roughly $242 million in revenue this quarter and just shy of $1 billion in revenues in the current fiscal year 2022. Doubling could work. The analyst following Tilray expected to perhaps double its 2021 revenues in fiscal 2022. That means that it is possible for Tilray to reach the $4 billion in 2024 if its trajectory continues as it has. So basically, you just need to wait and see. There's a lot of room for growth with this one, with a lot of them. Been critical of Tilray in the past, so have I. That's why I never really bought any shares of this one. It's kind of like the Tesla of MJ, just kind of up and down, up and down, up and down, so I stayed away from this one for the longest time, but now I have some shares and I'm considering buying some more if I can see where it's going to hit the bottom. So the MJ industry has mostly disappointed over the longer term. Many have simply given up on all firms in the space. I don't necessarily disagree with them, but Tilray makes sense within the space. So I'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, every video I make on MJ, it's a long-term hold for myself. It might not be an overnight moneymaker, but it's definitely going to take some time, that's for sure. Legal federalization will be the key in that to running these stocks up. But while they're down, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. I'm trying to buy as much as I can, but I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. You'd have to do your own due diligence on that one. So, and investors are paying attention to the stock. You can see this is just dated here today. So 7:39 after the most recent trading session. At the opening of the session, the stock price was $7.19 and reached a high price of $7.69. So even if you wanted to trade this one, you'd be getting a 50-cent swing there. So not too bad. And Tilray to announce the second quarter fiscal 2022 financial results on January 10th of 2022. So definitely put that one on your calendar. I'm sure I'll be doing another video on this one between now and then. So we'll see what the price action does. Tilray isn't your MJ bet for the long haul. This is just dated here today. So they became the largest producer in terms of revenue after the merger with Aphria last year. Was such a massive development, many thought that Tilray stock would have zoomed to a new heights. That's what I was thinking, but didn't. However, it has shed around 60% of its value in the past 6 months. Tilray has laid its cards on the table and plans to achieve a $4 billion in revenues by 2024, considering its annual run rate of $513 million in sales. That's a tall order. There are many moving parts of the potential growth story. Its funding and funding its plan needs to burn through a truckload of cash. The rising interest rate environment will have to resort to the equity markets, which points to more dilution over its shareholders. Therefore, despite some of the bright spots, it's tough to get excited about Tilray stock at this time. So always got to give you something to laugh at least here while you're listening to me. But this is where I feel is going to be the biggest, two factors going forward, two catalysts. One, legal federalization whenever that happens, and number two, these move to THC beverages, I think is just going to be huge of all of these MJ stocks. And only time will tell. I'm just thinking about these as the next Monster, the next Red Bull, the next Bang, whatever. We'll just get rid of that. Who wants to watch Magic Mike? But move to TH beverages. In early December, Tilray announced its acquisition of the Colorado-based Breckenridge Distillery. Apparently, the company is widely known for its award-winning bourbon whiskey collection and innovative craft spirits portfolio. Seems like I did a video about that. I've done quite a few videos, so I'll leave that in the comments. But it's not Tilray's first time foraying into the highly lucrative beverage niche. The alcoholic beverage division of Aphria reported healthy first quarter revenues of $15.5 million before Tilray acquired the company. Moreover, in November, Tilray announced that it would be launching a couple of ready-to-drink cocktails. And so that's got to do something to the stock price, I would assume, but we'll just have to wait and see. The MJ beverage market is a very lucrative niche and will grow at an incredible pace in the coming years. According to Research Nester, it could potentially grow at a compound annual growth rate of 15% from 2020 to 2028. Global beverage market to reach $2 billion in revenues by 2026. So like I said, these are going to be slow movers. Get in at these bottom prices and the rate that's going to be growing, and $2 billion in revenues by 2026. Who knows what the stock could do? So we'll just have to wait and see. But you never know. So weakening financials. Tilray plans to hit $4 billion in sales by 2024. We've kind of already touched on some of that, so feel free to pause and go over the rest there for yourself. Cash flows were in the red for Tilray as well as the first quarter of 2022. Its cash from operations was $93 million compared to the minus $56 million it generated in the same period last year. The negative cash flows have resulted in Tilray's deplorable cash position in the past couple of quarters. Company's management blamed a one-time cost related to a Aphria merger for the negative cash flows. Looking ahead, these costs should decline significantly. Here's the bottom line for Tilray. Performed horrendously at the stock market last year, and I don't see a rebound around the corner, so we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen with this one. Over here on Reddit, a bull case for weed stocks. Tilray federally legalized. What will happen with Tilray? Or if. You would think the stock would go up is what I would say. Current state of Tilray sunset 2021. Reason for adding. I did it 10,000 to 100,000 year to date, brought to you mostly by letters NVIDIA, GameStop, Tesla, Costco, Tilray, and SPY. That's funny. And yes, I have all those tickers memorized. That's cool and sad all in the same. Over here on StockTwits, currently at $7.11, a low of $7.31, or a 52-week low. Well, that's probably the 52-week low, unless it just went down in a high of 67 after another day shorting. Board member to Leafly found. Tilray patiently waiting. Looking in the past year, Tilray shows a very strong growth in revenue. Moving on over here to MSN Money, currently showing it as a hold. Over here on Tip Ranks, currently shown as a hold with over an 84% upside to $13.10, high of 22, low of 8. I would take any of those. That would be a definite bonus on any of them. But that's all that I have on Tilray. If you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you care to share on Tilray. And if there's any other MJ stocks out there you want me to take a look at, I'd be happy to take a look at those as well, as I've covered quite a few. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.